Good evening on this Saturday, the 6th of April 2024. Glad you are tuned into Hope TV tonight. I'm Tess Njenga. Let's take a look at the news we have prepared for you. The Council of Governors wants the 2017 Collective Bargaining Agreement CBA between the Doctors Union, that is KMPDU, and the government relooked into, saying it contains components that are not only difficult to implement but unreasonable. According to Council of Governors Health Committee Chairperson and Rakanithi Governor Muthoki Njuki, 95% of doctors have individual contracts with each of the 47 counties, and thus their continued stay in the streets is unwarranted. Consequently, the governors want county-based doctors' unions to engage governors to iron out their grievances, as opposed to starving Kenyans of healthcare services countrywide. Grace Ahati reports.
As the ongoing doctors' strike continues to raise mixed reactions from various quarters, the Council of Governors now wants the 2017 Collective Bargaining Agreement between the Doctors Union KMPDU and government relooked into, saying it contains components that are not only difficult to implement but unreasonable. Speaking at this year's Quality Healthcare Kenya Awards held in Nairobi, Council of Governors Health Committee Chairperson Governor Muthoki Njuki expressed concerns on why there was a national outcry by doctors, yet a larger percentage of the doctors are employed by the 47 county governments with individual contracts. Similarly, the Tharakanithi governor questioned why doctors are being incited to go on strike countrywide, yet their grievances vary from county to county.
The whole budget of all the 47 counties for the health is around 120 billion. You will still find the Ministry of Health and MOH retaining a whole whooping 185 billion just to do the coordination work that they do. Of course, you can't challenge it because, you know, when you talk about the revenue sharing, the formula that is formulated, if the CRA, they sit in the same boardrooms with them. If it is the Minister of Treasury, they're in the same boardroom with the Minister of Health. As the Council of Governors, we are out there as those governors.
On her part, Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni urged doctors to reconsider their hardline stance and return to the negotiating table in order to reach an amicable solution with the state soon.
Please, I'm telling you like your peers, we have received your issues, and I know the governor is here. He will attest. And we acknowledge, yes, there are issues, but we can't sort them when we are raising banners in the streets. When the government has offered to release money to sort out some of these issues, meanwhile, we continue being on the table to discuss. And again, the court has asked you, call off the strike and allow diplomacy to take place.
This even as some of the grievances put forth include the deployment of intern doctors at a salary of 150,000 shillings, whereas the government is offering 70,000 shillings for now. According to the PS, there's what is doable and there's what will be done later.
So for me, my door is open, as always. Any ideas that you have, we have the list, and we know what you're asking for. We know what is doable, and you know equally what is doable. So if we have extended goodwill, and we have actually started actioning on some of the demands that have been placed, why do you have to leave the patients to die?
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Must begin to focus on preventive care.
Thank you, Grace Ahati. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has flown out of the country, or rather has left the country for Kigali, Rwanda, to attend the 30th commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. The Deputy President, who will represent President William Ruto, will join heads of state and government envoys and heads of delegations and the people of Rwanda at the commemoration dubbed Kwebuka 30 tomorrow, Sunday. The theme of this year's commemoration is Remember, Unite, Renew. This will mark the start of week-long activities commemorating the genocide that claimed over 1 million lives in 100 days from April to July 1994. This evening, the Deputy President is meeting and engaging Kenyans living and working in Rwanda for dinner. Among other issues, the discussions will focus on improving the diaspora experience, investment across various sectors as outlined under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. The Senate Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries wants individuals who took part in the supply and distribution of fake fertilizer to farmers across the country arrested and prosecuted. The Departmental Committee on Agriculture the Departmental Committee on Agriculture said the government had good intentions to support farmers through the supply of subsidized fertilizer, but unscrupulous farmers, they lamented that farmers have lost their money through the fake farm input, adding that this was not only a disservice to members of the public, but also tainting the good image of the government.
Serikali imepunguza bei ya mbolea kutoka 7,000 mpaka 2,500. Ndio wazee wetu ndio waweze angalau kupata faida, lakini ni jambo la kuvunja moyo sana. Nao hawa ambao ni watu ambao wa biashara ambao ni wakora wanaanza kuhangaisha wakulima wetu. Hiyo hatutakubali, tutakataa leo, kesho mpaka milele.
Bado ni mazingaombwe ambayo tunajaribu kutatua, kwa sababu tunajua kuna shinda ziko pale. Mimi nikiwa hapa kama seneta wa Kirinyaga, najua mpango mzima serikali ilikuwa na nia njema, lakini pia kuna utepetevu. Pia nikitoka hapa katika kuwaita, ningependa nijue pia vyombo vya usalama, DCI anafanya nini? Sijasikia mtu ameshikwa, sababu hiyo ni kazi yetu.
Nyinyi mliamka mapema kupigia William Samoei kura ya kuwa president. Hata huko Bungoma tulibadilisha ratili kupigia William Ruto kuwa president. And the Bible says, for whom much is given, much is expected. And that is why, Mr. President, I expect much from you. Na wale wa ndani wa president wenye walileta hii mbolea, we are coming for you. You will not hide under the courts, under the armpit of the office of the president. Kila mtu atabeba msalaba yake.
And drivers have been urged to be careful on the road during this rainy season. This follows a fatal accident that claimed the lives of 2 people, injuring 10 others after an Eldoret Express bus hit an oil tanker from the back in Mugoga, Kiambu County. Kikuyu Police Commander Ronald Kirui said the bus headed for Nairobi, same as the tanker rammed into the fuel tanker, which had stalled on the road.
Ronald Kirui, Sub-County Police Commander wa hapa Kikuyu, kuna vifo ya watu 2 na majeruhi kadhaa. Majeruhi tumewakimbiza katika hospitali ambazo ziko karibu hapa, na wengine tumewakimbiza katika hospitali ya Kenyatta National Hospital.
Lori ilikuwa imeharibikia kwa barabara, na kwa hivyo hapa unaona kuna mteremko. mwenye basi na vile alikuja, nafikiri akashindwa kudhibiti basi sababu kulikuwa na magari mengine. Sasa ndio akapiga lori kutoka nyuma. Kitu tunaweza fanya ni kusema tunashukuru vijana wetu wa area hii, wamefanya kazi nzuri sana, kazi ambayo ya kuokoa majeruhi.
Well, on that note, let us take a short break on Newswatch tonight. We will be back shortly.
In order to keep hope alive in the airwaves, Hope Media has a couple of initiatives. Friends of Hope. Friends of Hope is you and I forming a team of well-wishers and volunteers who give in cash and kind to support in spreading the gospel at Hope Media. Currently, Hope Media is running a campaign under Friends of Hope dubbed 100 for 1. Through the campaign, Hope Media is asking Hope FM and Hope TV listeners and viewers to give just 100 shillings in order to reach one more soul with the message of hope and the gospel. Engage with us on our social media platforms at Hope FM Live and at Hope TV Kenya. Kuwa rafiki mso leo. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
To get Wewe ni Mungu by Evelyn Wanjiru as your Skiza tune, SMS the word Skiza 88300028 and send to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
Thank you for choosing Hope TV, the channel that brings you hope, entertainment, and inspiration. We value you and would like to serve you better. Talk to us by scanning this QR code on your screen or go to our social media page at Hope TV Kenya and click on the survey link by the name Hope TV Survey. It will just take a few minutes but means the world to us. We value your feedback. Hope TV, look and live.
Welcome back. The spouse of the Deputy President, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, has emphasized the importance of prayers for the prosperity of the country. She made the remarks during the celebration of the 90th birthday of Dr. Wilson Mamboleo, a father of faith and intercessor at Deliverance Church, Langata in Nairobi County. In her speech, Pastor Rigathi acknowledged the impact of collective prayer efforts, referencing the National Prayer Day in 2023 as a pivotal moment. Despite facing criticism and mockery from a section of citizens, she noted that the prayers were answered, leading to Kenya receiving much-needed rains in 3 consecutive seasons.
When the First Lady called the solemn assembly on prayer for the nation, many people mocked the day of prayer. But God has answered the prayer. And we have had 2 consecutive seasons. Even this is the 3rd one. We have had 2 harvests, and we need to thank God because the ministry of intercession is everything. Prayer is everything. And if there is a man or a woman to pray, there is a God to answer. And that is why we must continue to pray. If you don't pray, I can tell you for free, you will fail. I don't need rocket science. If you are not a prayerful person and you have no connection with God, it is unlikely you will be as arrogant as our father here, wearing a suit and even remembering to put everything in order. Disorder comes with a person who has no place for prayer. And I really do thank God because Father and the fathers of faith who are here, many of them have been in the first phase of revival, the second, and they are just about to witness the third wave of revival. And that's why it is very important as we honor him.
The Executive Board of EAK has appointed Tess Njenga to the position of General Secretary. Kefa reported on 1st April 2024 for an overlap with the outgoing General Secretary until the AGM. In his capacity, he will be responsible for implementing the Alliance's vision, mission, objectives and strategy, as well as upholding sound biblical doctrine among EAK's membership. As the General Secretary, he will serve as the Chief Executive Officer of the Alliance, overseeing all matters pertaining to governance, regulation, leadership, administration, and management of the organization. Kefa is a born-again Christian development specialist with more than 20 years of working experience in Christian organization contexts. He shall be formally presented to the next AGM, scheduled for the 1st of July 2024. Now, the phrase, "a picture is worth 1,000 words," captures the role of photographers in society as a medium of freezing memories in times past and present. From the days of the bulky film cameras, technology has changed the field of photography. The discovery of the smartphones might have made everyone a photographer. On this Calm Sunday, we spent some time with a few photographers in the Central Business District in Nairobi. Statistically, 2.7 million youth in Kenya are unemployed, and while they wait for the government to make the necessary adjustments that has become the mother of invention, as most youth have ventured into the field of street photography.
On a Sunday weekend, Nairobi streets are filled with youthful population taking photos or creating content. Ever since the inception of Governor Johnson Sakaja's government, street photography and productions has become a norm in Nairobi streets over the weekend. Peter, a freelance street photographer, is positioning his still camera in one of Nairobi streets for the day's work.
Yeah, those are some of the social norms. Sio kufinya tu peke yake, kuna a lot of things, sio ndo tunaweza waambia. Msana za kuja na different clothes, akwambie umpeleke place ya kuchange at least. Yeah, so different clothes, different backgrounds, there's so many. In photography is so wide, always semati ina rely on maybe traditional hata ama vitu kama hizo. They're so diverse.
He depends on random clients passing by for a successful day at work. He tells me he opted to venture into street photography in Nairobi for survival due to the high rate of unemployment.
Ma corporates ama big yote they should give the youths the chance, unaona? At least mnapatia mavijana kazi, wakama wapige ma weddings, manini. Si ati only those big photographers wale wanyalishoot wale wanajulikana, unaona? Na for kama kwa streets una explore, unajua mavijana napiga kazi gani, unawaemploy na unawapatia job fit, unaona? Na niko sure mavijana wajituma sana kushinda hata wazai, unaona? Alafu tena manze, hizi ma streets zote wasikuwa na bondea photography, unaona? Wanafaa kubali hii ni new trend. Social media ishakam. So ikikam unakubali tu, usipigane nayo.
King Alan, an experienced photographer, flourishes in a world filled with smartphone cameras by acknowledging their contribution to advancing visual storytelling standards. He doesn't see smartphone photography as a threat, but as a factor that fosters an appreciation for professional skill.
You can't compare camera and a phone. You know, a camera ilikuwa specifically designed for photography, but phone ina multitask, so the quality of the picture people wana prefer kupigwa na camera than phone.
In comparing digital and analog photography, King Alan notes that while the quality and technology has improved, fundamentals of the business have remained largely unchanged.
We employ use of new technology because ukiingia hapo Play Store, you can download my apps zinaweza kusaidia ku edit your photos ku fit instead of maybe ku.
Just like Peter, Alan acknowledges the rising involvement of young people in content creation, including photography, due to limited job opportunities.
Social media helps us to advertise or sell ourselves in the outside world, because maybe if you have an Instagram page, mtu anakuza, do you have an Instagram page? You say yes. What's the name? Anaenda na check, anaona venye you have quality pictures there, then anakudm anakuambia, oh, I can give you a job. Yeah. So social media inatusaidia ku market ourselves. Photography is a good job, and you know most of us are students. So this is the only way. Our parents wamelemewa na you know venye uchumi pia ni mbaya, and maybe unapata parents wako na watoto wengi wa kushughulikia. So most students kasi wenye tuko campus tunaona ni vizuri to enter into this business ili tuone venye tunajikimu, wengine tunajilipia school fees, tunajikumu kutumia hii mambo ya photography. Yeah, so government inaweza tu allow, unajua tunakuanga na challenges mob hapa na pale kufukuzana na security officers, but government should look into that ili tukue allowed kuendelea kufanya hii kazi.
Despite customers possessing smartphones which can be used for self-photography, they prefer street photoshoots due to what they say is quality photos for profiles and content creation.
Najua kupiga na simu si the same na kamera. Kamera inatoa clear kuliko simu na hizo editing.
Promoters nachiki tunaambia ngoni kusaidia na mandugu ni kusaidia. So kuliko kupiga na tenje nitatoka fine. Sikatae quality ziko the same. So ni kama watu wenye ni promote mori wangu hapa hivi.
Both customers send a message urging Nairobians to support the youth as they try to make ends meet.
So encourage say come to support our youth. Jo pia wanajijenga kimaisha. Hii ni mboka ya kila siku.
The future kutaka kumedevelop zaidi hapa sasa.
Meanwhile, Caleb, an experienced photographer, showcases how technology has revolutionized photo editing and sharing. He demonstrates how digital cameras with Wi-Fi capabilities enable instant sharing of photos with clients, eliminating the wait time of traditional methods.
Zinakuja kazi kwa na Wi-Fi. Yeah, so you just go to your camera, open the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's a specific phone. If you can see, there are many phones here in Nisha Connect. So I put my Samsung, then nakuja kwa phone, nafungua Wi-Fi, I connect to the specific Wi-Fi ya this camera. So this camera iko na jina yake hapa na Wi-Fi yake. So it just connects automatically. Then you download the app ya Canon. Depends which camera you have. Kama uko na Nikon, na download app ya Nikon. So this is the Canon Connect app. Once I open there, all photos are there. Yeah, so I can easily access all photos in a... So all photos are here. Yeah. From there, you just tap. For example, this is an interview. Then I download them. I import. Let me say import. Yeah, and then once the process is done, you can share the photos using a Send or any other form, even WhatsApp. When developing an app, there are some app you can develop an app that doesn't need really to pay for that Wi-Fi. Yeah, let me say it's how should I call it? like a VPN.
The narrative of street photographers like King, Peter, and Moas reflect the evolving landscape of photography. From adapting to smartphone cameras to advocating for youth engagement, their stories illustrate the industry's dynamic nature. Photography has evolved from documentation to a powerful medium for storytelling and economic empowerment. Quality, expertise, and support are essential in this journey, highlighting photography's enduring relevance and transformative potential. This story was produced by Abigail Namude and myself, Kate Njenga.
Much appreciated, Kate Njenga and Abigail Namude, for that special feature. Moving on, Enkare Giro Secondary School in Narok South Sub-County has benefited from 4 modern classrooms courtesy of the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, GAF. Speaking during the launch of the classrooms, Narok Women Representative Rebecca Tonkei said education empowers the young generation to become professionals in future. Tonkei promised to continue supporting the schools with modern facilities so as to give the learners an ample learning atmosphere.
You know, it's different being given an allocation of money na ni tofauti pia kufanya kazi nzuri kama hii. Madam Sela, pongezi sana kwa kujenga madarasa mazuri kama hii. You know, many principals wanapopewa pesa, Your Excellency Governor, unakuta kwamba pesa inapewa shule lakini hakuna kazi nzuri ambayo inafanywa enye watu wanaweza kuja kubainisha na kuona kusema kwamba kazi kweli imetendeka. Jambo la pili ambaye pia nakushukuru kwa sababu na kupongeza pamoja na kamati yako ama board ni kwa sababu ya performance ya hii shule. You know, getting a mean score of 6.3 in the first attempt inamaanisha kwamba walimu wa shule hii wamefanya kazi kwa bidii na hawajalala wakitafuta nafasi nzuri ili ya watoto waweze kufanya mtihani na kupita. Waswahili husema kwamba atakaye cha mvunguni shati ainame. Na kusema kweli nyinyi mumetia bidii sana na mpaka tutapongeza bidii yenu na kusema wanafunzi pongezi sana, Mungu awabariki pamoja na walimu wenu. Na tunawapenda. Mimi kama mama county mimi ni mwalimu. And when I see hard work and I see children excelling, bila shaka mimi nina furaha tele hata ninapoketi kule bungeni.
The Beyond Zero initiative has partnered with the Kenya School of Government, KSG, the oldest public sector training institute in the country, to establish the Margaret Kenyatta Institute. The establishment of the MKI or Margaret Kenyatta Institute and initiatives such as the Leadership Program for County Social Transformation highlighted the broader recognition of women's crucial role in driving economic growth and social progress, according to the former First Lady Margaret Kenyatta, who presided over the closing ceremony of the inaugural Leadership Program for County Social Transformation in Mombasa County. In her address to the first cohort of the program, Ms. Kenyatta noted that the vision, mission, and mandate of the Institute, which is embedded in the Kenya School of Government's core mandate, is to transform society through services and programs that promote social justice, gender equality, wellness and health, and empowerment. The caucus gathered county first ladies from Kilifi, Elgeyo Marakwet, Migori, West Pokot, Kakamega, Narok, Siaya, and Bomet to engage in strategic discussions and initiatives focused on promoting social change at the grassroots level. And on that note, we take another break on Newswatch tonight. Business news is coming up next.
To Get Ebenezer by Jane Allaire as your Skiza tune. SMS the word Skiza 88300023 and send to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better. And I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Sindio?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcast?
Really? Even Meet of the Word?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Welcome back in business. Nyota Njema Real Estate Company today held an event of title deed handing over ceremony at KICC. Chief Executive Officer Paminas Kariuki conducted the handing over ceremony of title deeds to the company's investors at KICC Nairobi. He stated that over 1,200 title deeds have been handed over since the inception of the company in 2019. Today, he handed over more than 25 title deeds to the clients, whom a majority are from the diaspora.
To ensure we remain steadfast in our commitment to excellence and innovation, every second week of January, we convene for our annual strategic plan, which serves as a cornerstone event, providing an opportunity to reflect on our past achievements while meticulously strategizing for the year in alignment with our overreaching goals. In this regard, this year's strategic plan is to ensure that we accommodate the young investors who have interest in purchasing our properties but cannot manage with the minimum installment we provide. And therefore, going forward, our lawyer is working on registering a SACCO by the name Kikwetu SACCO, which will be the financing partner to those owning properties. We will not be able to launch it today as intended because of the registration process. But I believe when the registration is done, we are going to be launching Kikwetu SACCO to accommodate investors who may not have the full amount of maybe 25,000 per month, but they may be able to raise 5,000 per month, being the minimum up to the maximum that you desire.
For about 7 years, 12% of the maize crop in Bungoma County has been lost due to the armyworm invasion, which contributes to the deterioration of food security. Farmers from the village of Manani in Webuye West constituency have developed a new method of spraying plants using tithonia leaves mixed with pepper. The armyworms have been a chronic problem for the country's maize farmers, which has forced them to try different methods of tackling them without success. According to the World Food Organization, FAO, the armyworms are due to climate change and corrupt farming practices of farmers in the country. Well, apologies for that. mix up. And on that note, we come to the end of Newswatch tonight. I'm Tess Njenga. Have a good night.